Hello and welcome to Mike's Development Zone. Today we are going to look at static factory methods. In Java, static factory method names are often designed to resemble human language, making them more intuitive and easier to understand. This approach enhances code readability, as method names clearly convey their purpose and the type of object they produce, such as from or of. Additionally, using descriptive names can help indicate the context and intended use of the object being created, improving overall code clarity. In Effective Java 3rd edition, Joshua Bloch advocates the use of static factory methods over constructor for a number of compelling reasons. Some of the key advantages are: number one, they have meaningful names. A static factory method can have a descriptive name that clearly conveys the purpose of an object being created. This is a major improvement over constructor, which must share the same name as a class. This makes the code more readable, as the method name can indicate the kind of instance being returned. If you look at a couple of the static factory names and consider having meaningful names, here at number one, we have the method name from a type conversion. So here we have an instance from a zone data. So the method name from is a great choice for a type conversion. Here at number two, we have the method name called of, which is a great choice for a aggregation method. So here we can see that this is a list of element ABC, for instance. It could be any type inside the list, of course. So as you can see, they have meaningful names. At number three, with the method name value of, a more verbose alternative to from and of. Here we're dealing with numbers, so the value of will be a more suitable method name. They can reuse existing instances. Unlike constructors, static factory method can be optimized to avoid creating a new object every time. For example, they can return a cached instance, like here in the Boolean value of, or the most common example, the singleton, maybe calling a singleton. This can improve performance and reduce memory usage. Here at 4, we have the method name instance or getInstance, which exactly what it said, it returns an instance. It's usually used for singletons, where we expect to return one single instance. They make it easier to create singleton or immutable objects. Now let's look at number 5. We have method names like create or new instance. It's just like instance or getInstance, but just like the word say, it creates a new instance instead of a single instance. Here we have two examples: files create file and files new buffered reader. Here is something about create. This is often used to emphasize that a new instance is always returned, even if the same parameter is passed. About new instance, it's similar to create. This is used when a new distinct instance is returned every time the method is called, typically when there is no caching or reuse involved. Here at number 6, we have the method name getType. It is just like getInstance, but used when the factory method is in a different class. Here we have that example with files again. Files get file store. So the getType is get and the type is file store. This pattern is used when the factory method is in a different class than the object it is creating, and is used to return an instance of the specified type. Here at number 7, we have the method name type, a concise type of getType and newType. Same, but without saying get or new. So for instance, here we have collections. We are not saying get unmodifiable list. We just say unmodifiable list. Of course, there are much more examples. And as you probably already know, this list is far from exhaustive. So let's go back to number 5 and demonstrate the method name new instance. So here we have a data class called nutrition facts. Let's just scroll through it, see what it contains. It contains 5 fields. The inner static class called builder. We have 1 required parameter. We have 4 optional parameters. We have 1 constructor. The rest are methods that sets the optional parameters. And yeah, we have some, for the outer class, we have some getter methods. And in the end, we have, we don't need to mention this to string, but you can be or be without it. It's auto-generated, by the way. And the outer class constructor, which is private, because we don't want to access it through the to the outer constructor, we want to access it via the inner static class constructor instead. So now we're gonna add a new instance here. And so this will be the new access point to the class. We don't need the inner class constructor to be accessed, so we can make this private instead. So we have only one access point to the class. There we go. But now, when we call it, we cannot call it with a new instance. We have to call it statically. And it's not called a new builder anymore. It's called new instance. There we go. And we can run it one time just to see the result. Yeah, so the values here. Everything is working. Thank you for listening, and I wish you happy coding. Bye bye.